scary.
Seinfuck.
I'm all about respecting other people's faiths.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, sure.
I have this problem recently where I've been told it's not appropriate for me to go after Mormons anymore.
Too bad.
Wrong.
Isn't it?
No, yeah.
Am I behind the times? Are we
No,
acknowledging
no.
Mormons as a
Mormons are
real
fair
religion
game.
all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Mormons are fair game, right? They're like Scientologists.
They're like Scientologists and Italians. Easy stuff.
Oh, Robbie Delilah is like, he's back with the jokes.
So I've been arguing with them on Twitter for weeks now.
Just what about? Just the fact that Salt Lake sucks? Or
Oh, dude. Well, yeah, I've been telling them that, you know, they're not great people. And I've known this about them for a long time. And they contest it. They say that Glendale and Scottsdale would both be armpits if it wasn't for Mormons. The idea that Mormons improve a community is like saying the termites have turned my kitchen island into an art piece. It's technically not true.
you could look at it like that way. It's like, it's, interesting pattern, interesting texture. But then you put your foot through it.
I could kick a can down Glendale and improve it. It's not saying anything. And the idea that these people have any kind of presence in these communities is laughable. So I'm basically reminding them, you know, you come from a cesspool, your religion's fake, you worship 3 Jesuses or whatever.
You think you're going to get a planet when you die. Most of your mission things done through the church have been proven to be mostly scams and or more like touristy. What do they call that? Voluntourism? Yeah, voluntourism.
Yeah.
Well, that's my whole beef with them too. And now they're telling me that my entire community is based around Mormon profit and charity. And I'd like to remind them of something just briefly. Once the Salt Lake dries up, toxic clouds of arsenic will float through the state like giant fucking no-go zones. And you can enjoy the fucking hockey team when you can't breathe outside.
Yeah, see, I knew it was going to bring it back there. It was eventually
everyone knows. Well, you know, I'm wondering, I was in Phoenix recently, and I was wondering, who's Scott? And why is his last name Dale? Is his brother named Glenn? Why is every town called something Dale?
There's Scott, Glenn, and Dale, the 3 brothers, the fantasy brothers who founded Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah. You know, from the ashes rises a desert.
Yeah, great.
But yeah, no. Yeah, I guess here's the thing. I've always thought of Salt Lake as not having a lake. Like, that's the thing. Like, I know it's called Salt Lake City, but I've never thought of them as having a lake.
Like, but they're named after the Salt Lake.
Yeah, but I think of it more of like, you know, Salton Sea, like in California. Like, there's no sea there.
Well, there's water, but it's not a sea. It's basically just a big pool of runoff that just dries. And yeah, like Salt Lake's going to be like worse than, though, just toxic clouds of lead and arsenic going to choke up the majority of the populace.
Enjoy, Mormons. Enjoy, Mormons.
Yeah, like it just like reminds me there's like so many like obscure, weird town names like in the US, and it's just like, what are we doing here?
I mean, there are 2 options. It's either named after a town somewhere in Europe, or it's like named after just some guy who probably murdered people. Those are the 2 options.
There's a lot of towns in Texas where you're like, I kind of like this name. Like, I gotta be
you
honest.
got any examples?
Oh, there was Cut and Shoot, Texas.
Cotton and Shoot, Texas, or Cut and Shoot?
Why would it be called Cotton and Shoot?
Well, I think you know why they would call it a shot of cotton shoot.
Because it's a cotton and you shoot cotton through a chute?
I think we're going to be way more dark about that than that.
No, Jesus. I mean, it's such a weird American naming schemes. They're all so strange. Like there in Cave Creek, Arizona, we have a highway called the Bloody Basin Highway. And then it crosses paths with, I want to say, Harper, do you remember this?
What, Cave Buttes?
Or it's like, it's Carefree crosses Bloody Basin Highway. And I'm just like, okay, well, fun. Bloody Basin and then Carefree.
Yeah, nice little drive through the scenic environment. Well, I know you had back-to-back shows and you were incredibly busy, Malcolm, but did you happen to catch the Aurora Borealis?
I did. I went outside. I saw it. It was better when I looked at it through a camera. Like, I will admit.
It's crazy, right?
It is.
What is
It's like eclipses.
Yeah, it is. I will say it is better, like, just like when you see it through a camera. Like, I don't know. The camera, like, especially a high definition camera, really brings it out and brings it to life. Whereas, like, you see it in the naked eye, you're like, well, that's kind of cool. And, I think part of it's also light pollution in the city is sort of like,
definitely
hurts it as well.
Yeah, I tried to see it last night. It just kind of looked like there was a lot of stoplights in the distance. That's it. Sorry, my antipsychotic reminder.
Yeah. Dude, can you even see it? I was like,
you
I
see
don't even think
like
it was down that far, right? Was it?
Yeah, you can
it's
see it
in
here.
Muppet Prescott. Like, that's kind of insane.
Very
to me.
aggressive reminder.
Yeah.
You got another antipsychotic reminder. How many of those are you on there, bud?
Well, that one was for the. What do you call it? Ivermectin. So we're you can see it here. You just have to. I was trying to think of Ozempic, but I just had to think of the next funniest medication I could bring to mind.
Which is always ivermectin. Yeah.
Speaking of ivermectin, did you hear that RFK has a fucking brain worm? That he's got a fucking
We're a little
worm
late on this, unfortunately.
Yeah, by the time this comes out, it'll be fucking late, but it's still funny as hell.
Yeah, it is fucking funny. That is by the way, I posted it, but that is the plot of the season 1 pilot of House.
Wait, what?
that a lady gets a tapeworm larvae lodged in her brain. That is just the plot of the pilot of House.
That is so awesome.
RFK Jr. is living.
House is such a good show.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't tried bringing back House. Like, I feel like, what is Hugh Laurie doing? Like,
they're telling me is that this was a bid to get his alimony lowered in a court. But I just think that this is such a funny thing to happen.
That's so fucking funny.
It's even funnier if it's really just a bid for him to have his alimony lowered in court, that he lied about having a tapeworm eating part of his brain to get lower alimony. This lawyer was just like, check this out. I got this great idea.
Brain shit. No, don't you dare cut that up. Yeah. That needs to stay.
No. We're keeping that in here. Like, I think that's the thing. Like, first of all, it also like plays into that old, like, that meme of just like, would you love me if I was a worm?
If I was a worm, I've been controlled by a worm for years.
Yeah, but it's like now it's like, would you vote for president for me if a worm ate my brain?
Just twiddling your fingers together.
I really want to be president, but I had a worm eat my brain.
I had a worm eat my brain.
But
stop it! I'm starting to get kind of hard here. Please, okay.
What I love about RFK Jr. is so he's clearly being propped up by like certain Republicans who are trying to like get Democrats.
Yeah, they want him to be a spoiler or whatnot.
Yeah, to be the spoiler to get Trump in. But what I think is so funny is that because of how crazy RFK Jr. is, he's actually splitting the vote between Trump supporters and himself. Like,
just actual psychopaths. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, people are like, because he also like, we never talk about is that like he's got like the craziest voice. Like he like talks, he has this like huge throat issue.
Yeah, he suffered some sort of stroke or something.
Maybe because the fucking worm in his brain.
Maybe the worm in his brain also attacked his vocal.
I don't remember exactly. I have a buddy who's really into it. He could tell us how it happened, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, because he just sounds like he's like, hello, guys, I'm here. I want to be president.
His voice like lowers and peaks in volume randomly, and it's hard to replicate.
He's married to Cheryl Hines from Curb Your Enthusiasm, which is also...
Is that real?
Great. That is real.
Really?
Wow.
It's such a... Yeah.
I don't like their lives being that close.
And it's funny, I was talking to some political friends that I have, and they're all worried because they're like, Biden's not going to get Michigan. And it's like, well, it's probably because Michigan has a very heavy Muslim population.
You're Canadian. What the fuck do you care about our politics?
They care.
First of all, we know way more about your politics than you even know about ours. Because what happens is...
Harper and I are probably the exception, but you're right for most people.
For most people. But I was going to say, like, one thing that happens is like stuff in the States, it like reverberates. So like, it's like a delayed by a year or two. So when like a certain thing happens, all of a sudden, like certain Canadian politicians will start trying to do the same shit if it's kind of popular. So I don't know. It's really annoying. So that's why we have to always be like
up to date. But then again, didn't you have a mayor that went crazy and did a bunch of crack, and now we have whatever his fucking name is in New York? Eric Adams. We have Eric Adams.
Yeah, no, we had Rob Ford, who is this really fat guy who was caught smoking crack and meth on camera and got reelected. And he was the mayor of Toronto. I want to make that perfectly clear. It wasn't like he was a small town mayor.
Robert, I want you to role play with me real quick. Will you do it or not?
Do what?
Will you do a role play with me real quick?
Sure. Let me. Okay.
You kind of look like him. Why don't you try being Robert F. Kennedy? RFK.
I gotta hear his voice. Hold on.
It just sounds like someone's letting the air out of a balloon in like the squiggly way, you know, where they like pull on it and tighten it like randomly.
What do you want me to say?
I'm Donald Trump, and I want you to debate me.
Hold on. I need to hear his voice. I need to get this right. This is more than worth the trouble.
Malcolm, you're the moderator, of course.
Okay, of course. Okay, so who is Robert playing again?
RFK Jr.
He's RFK. Okay.
Robert's hearing his voice. I can tell by the look on his face.
Eisenhower really tried to disentangle. How's that? You should listen to his impression, his voice recording on his Wikipedia page, because it is wild.
Hold on, Sasha, can you just put it in there for a sec, like just to have it as a reference?
My uncle John Kennedy, did that. He refused to go to war, so he was surrounded by military-industrial complex and he learned very early and an intelligence apparatus that he realized early on that the purpose of the CIA and the intelligence apparatus was to create a constant pipeline of new wars.
Robert's a character actor and a voice actor, so I believe in him.
I'm neither. So which indictment is it this time, Donald?
That's pretty good. You don't have the choking thing that he does.
Do you want me to start as the moderator?
Yeah,
you guys both ready?
Stormy Daniels.
Welcome back to the Malcolm McLeod Show. I've got two presidential candidates with me right now. I'm going to be moderating a presidential debate, and I want to thank our sponsor, Rice. Rice.
Our sponsor, Rice.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. You've got a race.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Might be a marathon.
I was so prepped with the voice. You've completely destroyed this.
Oh boy. I thought you said rice, like you were advertising the food rice.
Yeah, Malcolm. All right. We've got two of three presidential candidates with us today. We've got, of course, the Republican leader, Mr. Donald J. Trump.
Hello, Malcolm. So great to see you.
And we've got on the other side, I believe, Libertarian candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Fellas, how are you this fine eve?
I'm very good. Thank you, Malcolm.
All right. I have a question. First question. How do you handle taxes? Are taxes too high or are they too low?
I'll tell you about taxes. Something wonderful about taxes, okay, is during my administration, taxes were so low. They were basically non-existent. Robert doesn't want you to have low taxes. Robert wants you to pay everything that you own to the state. Isn't that right, Mr. Kennedy? Don't interrupt me.
Exactly
you
right.
want to pay everything that you own to the government.
You want low taxes. I want no taxes.
You want everything that I own to go to the government. And what the hell are you talking about anyway? This guy's got worms in his brain. This guy's got brain worms. Can you really trust anything he says? He's got a worm in his brain.
How many indictments is it this time, Donald?
How many eggs are in your brain still? We don't know. We don't know if he could. One could hatch at any time.
At
any time,
he
could eat his brain.
Fellas, listen. One of you's got worms in your brain and the other has a worm for a cock. Anyways, we got to ask the next question.
Dead silence.
I don't have worms in my brain.
I just want to
That's
say
not
right
true.
now that I'm having a great time with two fantastic gentlemen. Next question. What are we going to do about age of consent laws? Should they exist?
I've been advised not to answer.
As chairman of the No, it's my turn. My turn.
Go ahead. That's all
As
yours.
chairman of the Libertarian Party.
Someone runs up to the podium, RFK, like waving his hands around, like. What did you say?
Yeah.
I can't say anything
What
about that.
did you say? I can't say anything.
You ever give your doctor a hug after the checkup?
No, what?
Oh, I was just asking.
First off, I don't go to the doctor.
Oh yeah. Well, we're Americans. Okay. Why would we?
We're from the U.S.
We will die if
We will die
if
young.
we get diagnosed.
Malcolm will be like, he'll be like Mel Brooks, and we'll be like one of his friends who died in their 60s.
Yeah.
But,
No,
I was listening.
am I the one who lives forever? Is that like I'm going to be the guy who's like last
God
one?
Yeah,
willing,
that's the
Malcolm.
joke.
God willing, you're
Yeah,
the one.
that's
that-
the joke.
God
lives us.
willing. I'm topping out at 70 no matter what.
No matter what, you're gone at 70.
I'll be missing a foot. I'll be blind in my left eye, and hopefully, I'll have a discography of great works to disseminate. And
Wait, discography?
Discography of great works to disseminate.
I thought you were going to be have a bunch of novels at that point.
no pornography. I hope to have a large, varied catalog.
Not even his, he's just got a collection.
Yeah, I hope to be the foremost collector. Well, the idea being, that you get up from your appointment, and you know how you would normally shake a doctor's hand. What if he stepped forward past like the extension of the hand radius between you and him? You have to react in a split second, right? So at that point, it's a hug. It's no longer a handshake.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably hug him.
You
I'd
have
probably
to hug
him
the
back.
doctor.
I'd hug my doctor back.
Right. So how awkward is that for you?
Oh, I would 100% think I'm dying.
Yeah. Malcolm?
I think that's the way my doctor would break it to me.
Yeah, I think my doctor would drop me. He'd be like, it's time to go.
There's nothing even wrong with him. It's just like this guy misinterpreted my body language. I'm going to have to.
No. I feel like I'm already
behind.
I feel like I'm already a guy where a lot of people like I've been in like, spaces where like I'm, talking to people and they're all hugging each other and I'm just like standing there and I'm like, well,
You just got your hands in your pockets and you're like, yeah, sounds good.
yeah, I was like, do I acknowledge this? Like I've done that where I've been like, if I'm like in a bad mood, I'll be like, why the fuck did you not hug me? Even though I'm like, I don't want the hug. I usually don't want the hug from like people I don't really know. But there's a part of me where I'm like, you can't hug 4 people and then let the 5th person just stand there. Like I think that's
You
awkward.
talk to your therapist about this, Malcolm.
No, he's right. Let him cook. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Let him cook.
No, this is exactly it.
No,
I was
I'm just like,
you can't.
I don't know.
We can't fuck around like that. You gotta like. It's like if you're gonna hug everyone in a group, you gotta commit to everyone, or you gotta commit to no one.
Amen.
What if
Or you can do
what
one.
if- No. Let's tweak.
Yeah.
The
If you're a hot girl with big
circumstances a bit.
boobies and you don't hug me and me alone, I will find out.
So let's just tweak the circumstance a bit. You're in a group. There are about like 6 people in the group.
The bear.
And
I'd
the
rather
guy
be with
who's
the bear.
leaving slaps the ass of 4 people, but not you. Do you feel offended?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
Not even close. Yeah. If I wasn't the
He's
first
not
slap,
even like a thin slap. He's like a claw
Don't
slap.
care.
Like he's gripping
I don't
your
care.
ass.
Don't care.
It's because I'm being left out of the action.
Yes.
That's the thing. Like I think it is. Like if that's the problem, right? You go like, well, do I not have a juicy enough ass at that point?
Because
Like, what's
you
going
turn
on?
inward. It's you then.
Yeah.
And you know
That's
you're
the
You're
thing.
the issue.
Yeah, because like that's my thing. Is like I feel like what did I do wrong?
If you go last, maybe you could say like, oh, he just got tired of it. But if he smacks someone else's ass after passing you up, what are you supposed to think?
Yeah, I guess you're right. You just don't have the juicy booty.
Well, Robert, it's never been a problem for old BBL Delilah, has it?
Big boy.
He doesn't know what a BBL is.
Yeah, he doesn't know what BBL
No one
is.
tell
He doesn't know
him.
what Greek is.
No one tell him.
What BBL is it?
No one tell him. Make him Google it.
I don't want to.
Look it up.
I'm gonna find some fucked up shit.
BBL
Yeah,
Delilah. BBL Delilah. Anyway, yeah, no, I'm not. I got the fucking hug question from a super mega cast, but now we're on to something with this whole hug thing, I feel.
Shout out Super mega cast. You got over being canceled.
Yeah, my boys beat the allegations. We love to see that. And
We love to see it.
what? Anyway,
Nothing. I'm just giggling.
Yeah. I have a problem with that kind of fucking intimate contact between humanoids. Like I make sure that if I can distance myself from a possible hugging situation, even amongst family members, I do it. Right?
You hug me every single time we meet.
Yeah, no. We kiss on the lips.
Should I not? I mean,
We kiss on the lips.
Yeah.
That's the homie. But
That's the homie.
Homie's different. Homie's different. Okay.
That's the homie.
My stepbrothers-
But Robert, would you be upset in the hug ass slap scenario if you were left out of it?
I mean, it depends on who's hugging me. If I'm just like around strangers or
No, it's like
people
it's
I know
around
very well.
like people like you'd say like are like work colleagues or like mutual like friends where maybe you're not like close friends, but you're like you see them around a lot.
I mean, this legitimate situation did happen to me like just the other day, and I was passed over.
Yeah, and how did that make you feel?
I didn't think about it after 5 minutes.
Okay.
during those 5 minutes.
But in the moment,
In the moment, I was just like, okay, that's what we're doing. Because
okay, so exactly. You see the struggle. That's you
I
see.
mean, I guess, but it's like I don't take it personally. It's just we're not on
Take
that
it personally
level.
from now on because that's what's happening.
yeah. I'm
Okay,
taking it
I'm just
personally.
being passed
Being
over.
passed-
Okay.
No one likes you.
like
Somehow this is diversity initiatives.
I'm being excluded. I'm going to HR.
yeah, that's the thing. It's like I give good hugs. Like like I had one time where I thought I was going to get invited to this one couple's wedding, and then I didn't, and they ended up doing like a small elopement. And like the awkward part about it was I was in Spain, not that long after their like wedding elopement, and they happened to be in the same town as me, like for their honeymoon, and they like ended up being like, "Oh, you're here! Like we should meet up." And there was definitely a part of me being like, I think first of all, I thought it was hilarious that I was there for their honeymoon, but not at their wedding. Like I was
that is like that feels like you're a third that the family doesn't want the rest of the family to know about.
Yeah. Well, I was definitely like the comedian friend. They're like, "Oh, this is Malcolm. He does this thing." But at the same time, there was a little bit of me being like, "You guys are comfortable. You're either like your honeymoon's not going well enough, so that you're like, I guess
So you need someone to tap in for a bit.
yeah,
The honeymoon not going well, bodes ill. You can't get together and fuck for like a week. That's like all you actually have to do.
That's like the bare minimum of the honeymoon. You better be in like you should fuck solidly for a week, eat a shit ton, drink a shit ton, and then go home.
You're near a body of water. Your dick is in pussy. And your face is in barbecue ribs. It doesn't seem like that hard.
That is the prime honeymoon.
It doesn't seem hard.
yeah.
Both men and women want that. It's the crazy thing.
That sounds fun. You just pay too much for breakfast every morning and you fuck.
What's hard?
Yeah, or it could be dick and ass or pussy on pussy.
Either or.
My bad. Yeah, I didn't mean to imply that marriage was a sacred institution between man and woman only.
Well, with divorce ruined that institution. Am I right?
I miss the days where we stoned them.
My parents are still together.
No.
It's a miracle in these trying times.
We gotta have divorce.
Let's get ahead for divorce.
Let's give it up for divorce.
Give it up for divorce. Am I right? You gonna do that at a live set, Malcolm, where you get up and you're 5 and you're just like, we got any divorce kids out here? And just wait for everybody to start clapping. You start pointing. You're just like, broken home. 2 Christmases.
Your daddy left, didn't he?
Mom cheated. Dad cheated.
Mom cheated. Dad cheated.
You just intimately get into their shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They had to get divorced because they were cousins.
So you're playing in Nashville, or?
Yeah, I'm playing. I got booked in a gig in just outside of Nashville.
Great. Yeah, Music City. The music of banjos.
I have a gig in the Florida Everglades.
Nice.
Oof.
It's on a pontoon boat. It's been fun.
No,
We had a great time.
It's been a great time. Yeah,
We're having a
wonderful.
The Malcolm McLeod show. It's getting there.
Malcolm McLeod show.
I'm just sort of like, is this a variety show? Is this a late night gig?
It is a late night show, all right, with variety and acts and guests.
Yeah, who's your guest?
Tonight we meet the monkey that ripped off Robert's lips. You see me in the background, I'm just like teething.
Who's your first guest, Malcolm?
Hey, you Malcolm.
Why did a monkey rip off your
That's what they
lips?
do.
Because I'm fascinated with it.
Robert
What do you
That's what
mean?
monkeys do.
Hold on. What do you mean?
That's
you're
what chimps do.
What do you mean you're fascinated by it?
I'm fascinated by the fact that chimps, one of their like main things they do when they encounter people is just rip off their lips, because that's what they do to other monkeys.
What? Why is that fascinating you?
Because it's terrifying.
Hold on. Hold
You
on.
take as much time as you need.
Sorry,
bud.
you're like, I'll fight a black bear. Anacondas are. Everyone has anacondas. You dated a girl with an anaconda.
Stop calling them anacondas. We had a whole episode about this.
And now you're like, I'm fascinated by those monkeys, man. They rip off your lips. that's insane. That's the takeaway. That's the takeaway. You're like, I don't fuck around with those monkeys, man. I want to keep my precious lips. I got to do some smooching later.
Malcolm, you look like you were in a barbershop quartet in college. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, listen, I wasn't because I wasn't. I was cool. I was cool enough to know that I shouldn't be in one of them.
Harper, you want to hop in here?
Nope. I don't got nothing on this whole chimp conversation. I think monkeys are fucking terrible, to be honest with you. I think that they're God's least cool animal.
What is God's most cool animal?
Probably like sharks or like muskies.
What are muskies?
It's like a big river fish.
Oh, is the giant ones that like
The ones that look like they crawled out the water and became your ass.
That was good. I like that.
That's what they look
That
like.
was nice.
Recently, it was just announced that the Green Bay Packers will allow fans to smoke cigarettes, vapes, and Delta 8 pre-rolls in the stands during NFL games next season.
Awesome. I'll bring my crack pipe.
It's an open stadium, which means it'll be the only NFL venue to allow smoking within its stands.
I can chuck back a party dart while watching the Cheeseheads lose. Oh
Yes.
my God. Reason alone to move to the Great Lakes, boys.
Are they gonna sell? Are they gonna like sell ashtrays that are just like Swiss cheese? Like you can
That'd be
just
tight.
like put it in one of the holes.
They should, and if they not, we're gonna sell them. We're gonna sell
Yeah,
them to the
let's-
Green Bay fans.
Let's just fucking do it. Yeah.
We're gonna have Seinfuck branded cheese ashtrays.
Cheese ashtrays.
Yeah, and then we'll make sure they work for. I don't know what a Delta 8 is, but
It's
we'll make
legal
sure they work.
marijuana. It's just basically like a strange chemically altered weed that gets you sort of high.
It's kind of, yeah. It's like spice, but not.
It's for it's for those Republican pussies that clearly want to smoke weed, but they don't want to admit that weed laws are like archaic.
Actually, Malcolm, it's for lib burnouts in different cities who don't have a weed connect anymore because they had to leave their hometown of Connecticut.
Oh,
You
boy.
gotta get more into this. Where is this coming from?
Yeah, what are you talking about? What?
Delta 8 is like legal in a gray area kind of way. So they can mail it to you. So it comes to you in the fucking mail, no matter where you are. A bunch of like CD podcasts would sell you Delta 8 green back in the day. And the idea is that it would get you high, and that the advertisements would say it has a THC high, but more mellow. But all the advertisers would be like, no, it actually fucks you up like weed. But like, I don't know. I don't think you should trust the science weed. I trusted the science weed once in my life, and
Don't trust the science weed is a good.
I have a hole in my brain where I assume a worm could lodge if I allowed it because of the
I
spice.
just want to know how he caught that goddamn worm.
It was a tapeworm, right? So it means that he ate some raw pork. I heard an expert say this, by the way. I'm not just pulling this out of my ass like a tapeworm.
Okay.
He ate some uncooked pork shit, which, you know, has the tapeworm eggs in it. Didn't wash his hands good enough, and then ate again where it's likely the tapeworm found its way into his brain. Or perhaps he picked his nose. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, from the pilot episode of House, it was the egg that got into the bloodstream and then went up through the brain.
And that's how it happens.
There's like YouTube channels like that I like get recommended all the time that like are just like old clips from like House and stuff from like it's basically like 2000s era medical and like cop shows, and like some of those like episodes you're like, wait a minute, we thought that was good. Like we thought this was like great.
We thought it was great material. Yeah,
there's like a whole episode of House once where it was like this kid and he's like really sick, but he wants to like connect with his dad, and the mother's like super angry and like, you know, it's basically like the dad's got to get out of here, and she would be like, you know what you did, and like the kid's like, I don't understand, like I don't remember anything, and it like the kid's really sick, and then they find out the kid has like syphilis because the dad like molested him.
Jesus Christ. And his brain like swelled and he forgot that it happened.
Yeah, exactly. But the mom did. And it was just like, and like the way it's found out is like the dad's like very clearly like has syphilis and like it's untreated and has no interest in being treated. And you're like, this is crazy. Like it was like
that is insane.
Yeah, and then like it ends with House just being like, you know, listen, he doesn't remember, so we gotta make sure he like preserves the memory of his dad when he was a good man. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
it reminds me of that scene. I think it was a Special Victims Unit episode where he's just like, I'm not gay. I have sex with women and relationships with men. And Ice-T is just like, newsflash.
No, it's the reverse. I have relationships with women and sex with men. Well, I got news for you.
That makes you gay.
Thank you, Ice-T. Just God bless you for really putting the stank on that line.
That's like that Tucker Carlson like interviewing that random crackhead who was like, I had gay sex with Obama, and you're like, like what's this?
It's just he had he went into a fugue state and watched an episode of House. Yeah, I got really confused.
I watched a clip of it. Like Tucker Carlson was pulled on to like Kill Tony, and I don't like watch Kill Tony because it's pretty horrible. But it's there's this clip where he basically one of the comedians was just like ripping into Tucker Carlson. You're like, what the fuck was that shit about the gay crackhead that you were
the
like,
gay crackhead?
No, you were like having sex with Obama. You're like, he was like, you used to be like the #1 newsman for all of Red America, and now you're doing this shit in less than a year.
Now you have a YouTube live show.
Yeah, where you interview, but now it makes me like wonder. I was like, what would our episode, like if we came up as three, you know, we're three writers, we had to write like an episode of of a medical television series. What would we want to do to make it like the most ridiculous, but also plausible for it being like, say it like the episode aired in like 2006?
Ooh, that would be.
If I get the license to say that it aired in 2006, I'm going ham with it. Let's see.
Yeah.
He's going buck wild.
It's airing in 2006 on Fox.
We got this in the bag. What is something that you could do back then that you can't do now? I'll tell you what. Make fun of people. You can't do that anymore.
So are we starting?
Go on.
So we'll say that the doctors have been befuddled by the continuing decline of the patient's nervous system. They are autistic, intensely autistic, very autistic.
Oh no, I know where this is going. I know exactly where this is going.
No. Why don't you finish it for me, Robert? Only you could possibly know.
The doctors find out that he has some kind of tumor or parasite or something or other, and then by the end of the episode, they cure this man of his autism.
I was just going to say that he got sick from eating a bunch of crayons.
Well, I made the better episode.
I don't know about that.
I think Robert's one is more plausible. They're like, yeah, but there is another one where it's like this man is
he doesn't have autism. He is a tumor.
Yeah, it's like this man. Yeah, there's like the episode where
I'm sorry, just like this man isn't autistic.
This man isn't autistic, and he like hits him with his cane. He's like, "What? What are you talking about? Oh God!"
That's so funny.
This man doesn't have Down syndrome. He's just very, very ugly.
That is such a house vibe.
Yeah, that's a house. Yeah, that's a house in 2006. Yeah, we cured him of the tism.
We cured him of the tism.
Yeah, he's just like the guy starts out being like, like talking about trains all the time, and at the end, it's just like he's like, yeah, I'm okay now. I'm good. Like
I'm going to become a doctor like you have.
Yeah, that's how it is. He's like, I'm going to become a doctor. Yeah.
What would be better is if they like, if it's the 2000s too, they're probably going to like confuse autistic people with Down syndromes. So they're just going to put, put like someone with Down syndrome in the role.
Well, I think what's so funny is that the guy who created House went on to do create the Good Doctor, which is like the autism doctor show.
Yeah, it is but it is also like a remake of a Korean K-drama.
That show sucks.
It's so bad.
But it's the same thing of like, I watched a couple of episodes of The Good Doctor, and then like the cases are still batshit insane. Like this guy's specialty is still, but there's that meme of just the guy being like, I am a surgeon. And I just want that to be like, in the episode, but it's like a guy's just like, I am autistic. And House is like, no, you're poisoned.
No, you've got a tumor. Hits him over the head with the cane.
No, you've got mercury poisoning. And he shows into the dialysis. It's like,
we're going to hell for writing.
He goes to Down syndrome. He's got the Down syndrome, right? He comes out of the room. He's just like a perfectly normal guy. Like without Down syndrome.
He's like played by like a fairly handsome actor.
Like, doctor, I don't know how to thank you.
This is horrible.
This was like the lesser known acting gig that Sasha did. He did the non-autistic double for that.
I thought you were, okay, the non-autistic double,
Oh no, I feel
You picture Sasha like just like on the thing going all the way in.
Well, no, this is like
he's going back like, oh, I'm normal.
Yeah, it's like it's like that Quantum Leap episode where like Scott Bakula.
I'm autistic in the mirror.
Well, yeah, he does that, but instead it's like he gets fixed, and then all of a sudden, Scott Bakula shows up.
I would love a version of House that's just like all the things that are now considered to be acceptance issues are actually like diseases, like they try to cure like through ignorance, Like
that is such an early 2000s TV thing.
It is. That's what they did.
So endemic.
You're not gay. You just have sepsis on your penis. That's your dick itching from the sepsis.
Trans, you just have a brain worm.
No, it's that Macklemore thing. It's just like, you're not gay. You've loved women since the 3rd grade.
I love hearing that one. That's crazy.
So you think because you clean your room, that makes you gay?
What if I told you that it made you less gay when you clean your room?
Yeah.
What would you say to that? I just don't think it's very possible. They aren't microaggressions. You just have a huge tumor pressing against your anger center.
They're not microaggressions.
The intake of copper sulfide within your nervous system is infecting you with the need to be respected as an individual at all times.
That little AIDS pin that you've been wearing is radioactive. And that's why you're sick. You don't have AIDS.
Oh, fuck.
Take the radions. Take the uranium safety pin off.
Flush his system with saline and he should be good in 24 hours.
He'll be good to go. You just need some iodine pills and you'll be off to the races.
I really don't want this bit to end. I want it to go on forever.
Trans women aren't ruining your life. You just have a staph infection.
You've been breathing carbon monoxide for the past 3 months.
You're not an egg.
He goes up to fucking Donald Trump. You can speak normal now. The amount of Diet Cokes that you've been drinking has been infecting you.
I had no idea that I was speaking so strangely. I'm trying to think of another good one, but it's hard.
The possibilities are kind of endless on this one.
Like I'm trying to think of one with the fucking what's it called where you have the patches of different colored skin.
Oh, vitiligo.
That's not vitiligo.
no, vitiligo is the hair losing one.
You're wrong.
No, vitiligo is the skin one.
Is it? What's the one that Will Smith's wife has? His beard has.
Yeah, vitiligo.
Oh, no, I thought. Okay.
His beard.
Well, that's like the one with where you're like your skin pigmentation changes.
Dude, the Comedy Central roast of Kyle Rittenhouse would be awesome. I would love that. Can you imagine?
Now that's a guy.
No, you know what? You're right. You're right. When you're right, you're right.
Yeah. What I love about that scenario is the fact that like most roasts say all the comedians have to be at the end of the day being like, man,
really
I just want to say I respect
What
that.
a great guy.
And I love it, that one where you can have a lot of comedians just go up and be like, do it, and then just like walk off stage. Like they're like,
also, go fuck yourself.
Go
Walk
fuck
out.
yourself.
You are probably the only person too stupid to go to ASU.
Accurate.
No, he got kicked out because the students didn't want him there.
No, that's wholly fair. I wouldn't want him there if I was still going
Why?
there.
Why wouldn't you want him there?
Because he killed 2 people.
He was defending himself.
No, he wasn't. No way. Yeah, no.
I have a user submission. We would like to be heard, to be
Hear
a
me.
question for us. Are you guys ready for them?
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is someone who would like to be addressed as Cool Guy from Toronto.
Cool
Thank you,
guy.
Cool Guy for Toronto.
As someone who lived in Toronto, I'm going to say this with accuracy. No one's cool in Toronto.
Got him.
You might be big in Japan, but you can't be cool in Toronto.
Yeah, unless you play for the Raptors, and then you have a chance. But you're not from Toronto. You just happen to play for the Raptors.
Okay, well, their song recommendation is Hacker by Death Grips.
Okay.
I'm in your area. I'm in your area. I'm in your area.
I know the
I'm
first 3
in
numbers.
your area. I know the first 3 numbers. Oh man.
Harper doing his best impression of the one patient from House that we put in.
When you come out, your shit is gone. Your tumor.
Their question is, I once saw a man shit in the street and immediately get hit by a car. My question is this, what's a better band name, Tuesday in June or Feline AIDS Crisis 2? Bonus points if you guys suggest a better name yourselves.
All right, hold on. Say the 2 names again.
Tuesday in June or Feline AIDS Crisis 2?
Feline AIDS
Okay,
Crisis 2. It's not close.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tuesday in June sounds like the name of like a pretentious play. Like it's like a play. It's like a 2-person.
It's
play.
a Stephen Sondheim, yeah.
Yeah, it's a Stephen Sondheim, or it's like a like Tuesdays with Maury like follow up that someone wrote for a Fringe festival. They're like,
okay.
Tuesdays in June. It's about me deconstructing my strained relationship with my father.
It's me during COVID, stuck in a house with my father. Don't pay attention that this is probably like a $15 million house.
Yeah, listen, on Tuesdays, father and I would eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with the crusts cut off them and drink marmalade tea.
Like in the corner, like in several shots, there's just a maid walking out of frame.
Yeah, but so yeah, Feline AIDS Crisis 2. I like that.
Or Tuesday in June.
I like that the second one is like a sequel. Like that there was a first band that broke up, but they were like, we love this name.
Or it's just a separate feline
Choose
AIDS
ironic.
crisis, other than the one that's currently going on.
Is there an actual crisis of feline
Yeah,
AIDS?
100%.
What do you mean 100%? What are you talking about?
Google it. It's
I
the
don't want
number
to.
one killer of domestic cats, Malcolm.
What are you saying? What is happening?
AIDS is the number one killer of domestic cats.
Is that real?
That is
I have a friend that is always trying to convince me that that domestic cats or cats in general are an environmental catastrophe, and that killing off the bird population, especially the cats that are allowed to be outside cats, not just stray cats, are in a form of environmental terrorism.
By the way, that is a joke, by the way. It is a very big killer, but it was also a Debbie Downer bit from SNL.
Oh, so you're just stealing jokes now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sasha, put it in. Put in my stolen joke, please.
Or during the fireworks when you went about feline AIDS. It's the #1 killer of domestic cats. I can't take it.
Put the entire bit in, all 6 minutes.
Don't. No.
Get us copyright stricken. I don't give a fuck no more.
It is very common.
All right. But yeah, basically like the downriver ecological effects of cats killing birds in a biosphere or whatever the fuck you call that, an environment or whatever, is causing like the prey that the birds would normally hunt to be like multitudinous. I don't remember.
Multitudinous.
We'll bring him on as a guest. He's like a doctor or something.
He's like a doctor or something.
Yeah, I don't know. He cuts up chickens a lot. I've never seen his degree.
No, Robert, not your doctor.
It's just some witch doctor goes on the podcast. So you have to come and kill the cats.
You have to
kill any cat you see.
All right,
You have to kill my car.
All right.
Oh yeah, so we're voting on Feline AIDS Crisis 2 as the better band name.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm doing it with great reluctance. This is.
Well, they said bonus points if you suggest a better name.
Yeah.
You have a better name.
Cam Newton's Dick and Balls would be a way better name for a band.
Dan Newton's Dick and
Cam
Balls?
Newton's Dick and Balls.
No, Cam Newton.
Cam Newton's Dick and
okay.
Balls. CBT, cock and ball torture.
Oh no.
Gooner.
CBT, but just don't explain
It would be a miracle by now if it wasn't already a band, but Gooner.
Gooner is definitely a band.
The Green Gooner.
We could do this is kind of throwback. Gord's House of Funk.
That's a good one.
Gord's House of Funk. Mark Twain fucked my bitch.
The Similau.
You've heard of Pussy Riot. Now get ready for cock torture.
You're close. You had something.
Cock mob?
Cock mob.
Cock
Pussy
protest?
Riot. Cock protest. What else could you call it?
Yeah. Well, the Penis Brigade.
Like one step above Rodney King, you know?
What? One step above Rodney King is a terrible band name.
That's actually that one might be the winner. One step above.
All right.
I know that you weren't thinking of it as a bad name, but it's like,
oh my god!
the video. Oh, rest in peace, Rodney King.
Rest in peace.
Rest in power. Rest in power.
Rest in power.
I don't think white people can say rest in power, actually.
Actually, no. Is Rodney King not dead?
No, he died. I think he drowned in a swimming pool.
From the acute effects of ketamine.
No, I'm like serious.
Oh.
I'm not even.
You don't say. I'm sorry.
That's what I
know. He died in 2012. And he drowned in swimming. That's what the cops wanted.
All of my goats are fucking dropping like flies, guys. Gary Coleman, Rodney King, fucking one after another. What am I going to do?
So here's the question. Do we think one step above Rodney King is better than Feline AIDS Crisis 2?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I think the only thing that's worse than Feline AIDS Crisis 2 is Tuesday in June.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we found it. Like, I think we found a better one.
You're welcome, cool guy in Toronto.
Yeah, cool guy in Toronto. More like scum from Scarborough. Scum from Scarborough.
Okay, cut it there.
No, that's a good one. That's a good one because Scarborough is like a town outside of Toronto, and it's where a lot of the scumbags are.
If you have to explain this,
yeah, all right.
It's like you're saying loser from Long Island. No one cares.
Yeah, he's the skid from Sudbury. All right. Let's go. The monster from Mississauga.
Isn't it Missiga?
You got it.
Fuck, dude. I'm about to be 30. I'll tell you, that's a real joke.
I am 30.